Welcome to another episode of The Recipe Show. Today's episode features your favorite DJ and your favorite DJ's favorite DJ. You guessed it, Kansas City's very own DJ Fresh and DJ Flash. Stay tuned to hear their recipes for success and how DJ Fresh created a very special legacy. Let's get into it.
Welcome to The Recipe. Hello, DJ Fresh and DJ Flash.
What's up? What's up?
What's up, The Recipe?
Thank you for coming to the show. I had the legendary DJ Fresh here and the legendary DJ Flash here. And today we're going to figure out, should I say figure out, or are you going to tell us the ingredients for your success?
I'm gonna tell you, and we can just bounce back around. You know what I'm saying? Everybody in here is included in my success and, you know, been a part of the journey. So, yeah.
Okay, alrighty. Well, let me start off. I want to know, and I'm sure the audience want to know, who is DJ Fresh?
DJ Fresh is the Black Houdini. I say the Black Houdini because, you know, it's just like a metaphor, you know, the white Houdini, which is naturally white. You know, he did his little magic trick stuff. So the Black Houdini came on a little after the fact, you know, like, I don't know, 20 years in, you know what I'm saying? I was just like, you know, just threw a little drip onto the name. So, you know, I'm just kind of fast with my hands doing turntable tricks and stuff like that. So that's where that came from. But DJ Fresh is hip hop, Kansas City hip hop. You know, I was breakdancing back in the day with, you know, all my people. And then, you know, progression of hip hop, you know, took me into being interested in scratching and mixing. So that's where the DJ Fresh, you know, just basically just living the life of hip hop, even, you know, to 53 years old almost now.
53 years old, almost,
yep.
Right?
Almost, yeah.
Okay,
August 23rd.
August 23rd, so that makes you what, a Virgo?
I'm on the cusp.
Okay, you're on the cusp. Okay, all righty.
I know how to slither out of that one.
Okay. So, let's see. What I would like for you to do is give us the definition of DJ Fresh, and where did you get the name DJ Fresh from?
Okay, I'm almost repeating what I said because I was too fresh as a break dancer, and then, you know, it was rock masters around, rock master G, rock master this and that, when I was, you know, beginning to DJ, so I was like rock master G, but I represented very well break dancing, and everybody knew me as Too Fresh, or short for Too Fresh was Fresh. Okay. So I'm just like, they ain't gonna let me have the Rockmaster G. I gotta continue the fresh on. So from Too Fresh to DJ Fresh, that's where it came from.
Okay. So when did you start breakdancing? How old were you when you started breakdancing?
I say like about 16.
16?
16, yep.
Okay. And who inspired you? Were you looking at Turbo and...
Yeah, a lot of that.
Okay,
you know, that was what was going on. Turbo and Ozone, and well, they weren't really, you know, they were more of the stand-up poppers and lockers. Okay. But, you know, like Beat Street, New York City break dancers, and Crazy Legs, and all them. You know what I'm saying? And the movies that came out then, you know, whoever those people were, just cutting up. You know, that was that. You know, got the energy. You know, the blood flowing, like, hey, I got to do that. You know, me and my partner, Daryl Kearney, we would watch whatever, and whatever people was doing, we could stay up with it and, you know, learn how to do it and do whatever the hottest new moves were. So that was it.
All righty. So how many years have you been DJing?
34,
30?
almost 35. Yep.
Whoa, that's a long time. A long,
Yep.
long time. DJ, and so is it something that you enjoy, or did it start off as a hobby, or how did you?
Yeah, it started off as hip hop, just being interested in scratching and mixing. I would go down to Parker Square where K Rock was, and he'd be scratching and mixing, and that was still when I was, we weren't breaking anymore, but like me, William Bozeman, and Maury Stevens, people in the preps, we would go to all the
Imperial
clubs and be
Preps,
doing,
right?
Imperial
Okay.
Preps, doing all the latest dances, so that was like that transition. And, what really kind of lit my fire was we went to Lincoln High School, and this guy over here, he was, we went in there to dance and stuff, and I saw this dude scratching and mixing, and I was like, kind of, hold up. I was like, y'all going and dance. I'm over here. I literally stood and watched him for 45 minutes before I went.
That's what I say. He tell me that all the time. I don't even remember that.
Okay.
But
Hey, I was right there, like, oh man, because before that, Dennis Blewett and I, like right around 1980, we were doing like pause mixes. And my brother Ty would do it too. If you have two good cassette decks and you would play a song and you would make stuff repeat, and we would do the pause mixes. And before Dennis went to college,
Okay.
just as he came over with that last little mix and was like, here, listen to this. And I heard the scratch and I was like, oh, snap, what the heck? And so, next night he went out doing what he do and went to jail. So I would have been, DJ Fresh 4 years earlier. But
Okay.
but yeah,
Okay.
he
Okay.
he went to college,
College. So speaking of college, or speaking of, well, just college, they'll be able to catch on, correct?
yeah.
they should.
Yeah, they should. College.
Yeah.
Okay.
He was
So-
forced to go to college.
Okay, forced to go to college. I got you. Okay, so you started from the turntables, right?
Yes.
Okay, turntables.
Yep.
What is the difference? How do you feel now that they're going to it is electronic devices now, and everything is electronic devices versus the turntables. Which one do you prefer, or how do you feel about that?
I'm always gonna be at home with the turntable because that's the essence of scratching and mixing when we started and what we saw to emulate back in the day. And the span of people using the techniques. I think I started with a 1600, and then once you got to 12, they had the 12. I think they had a 1700, but I had a 1600 was my first turntable. And then when it got down to 12, they just kind of. It was already perfect. It wasn't much more to do. They had different models of the 12, but it was pretty much the same turntable. But turntables versus CD turntables or controllers, it's even if you're a turntablist, you're gonna tend to push more buttons because it's there. And it's just. It is what it is. You can push more buttons or you don't have to push the buttons.
Okay.
But you can't do with a controller for the most part what you can do with a turntable.
Okay.
You kind of can, but you can't do everything.
Really can't. Not
Yeah.
like how you want to.
Yeah, if you got a big one, you can try to, but it's still not the same.
Alrighty.
I mean, I'll say it's not the same as an older disc jockey. If somebody's younger, even if they did start with turntables and only rock with them for about 3 years and then went to something, the other stuff, it's probably not that much of a difference because it doesn't mean as much.
Right.
Anyway, I'm like, I seen Jazzy Jeff. They came out with something, I forgot what the name of it is, but it costs $400. Well, you still use your turntable, but you don't have to put the needle on there. And, it really kind of hurt me to see Jazzy Jeff doing it. Knowing,
Yes.
what I'm saying, he can still do
That
what
he
he
has
do.
the skills to do what he does without
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
And he's still using his skills, but it just still didn't feel right, But Jazzy Jeff, he's a gimmick man, like he said, his son is real technical, so whatever new that comes out, he gets up on it. everybody has to get up on things that are new that come out. So, you know, but you know, it's not like, you know, he's doing that for the money. I'm sure you're not gonna see him on a regular. If he got his 12 out, he's gonna have a needle on there and using the needle. But, you know, for, you know, to make money, if, you know, people like, hey, you know, we want you to endorse this. People see you doing it, you know, they're going to buy it. Okay. So, yeah.
So, what made you choose this profession?
It chose me.
Oh, it chose you. Okay.
Hip-hop chose me.
Okay, hip-hop chose you.
Yeah.
Elaborate a little bit.
I mean, like I said, from breakdancing.
You could have went to work. You
breakdancing. I mean, I did. I mean, once I was working, and it got to a point that I had, you know, when you can do a DJ gig and make the amount of money that, you know, 5 days a week is gonna pay you in one gig. You know what I'm saying? Then you got Friday and Saturday, like everybody else can work 10 days and I can work 2 days. Okay. You know, and I can practice, have fun, do other stuff that has to do with music. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I mean, that's just, it just happened. Like, you know what I'm saying?
So it's something that just kind of fell in your lap, if you will.
Yeah, it was just
so
like,
that's why you said chose you. All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
It just,
I
mean, once it started,
it was just that era. You was into the hip hop from the breakdancing, and it came into the DJing thing because it was all a packaged thing.
Okay,
exactly, it was a progression, and it paid the bills. So if it wasn't paying the bills, then, you know, I still probably would have been DJing, but, you know, that's why.
And it's pretty good money, isn't it? DJing, because you know, I've read where DJs are making millions of dollars, and so I'm kind of befuddled as far as that's concerned. How do you make this type of
the electronic DJs and you know, I mean, it's one. I mean, in those crowds, it's not really blacks, and it's not like I play only to black music, black audience, but you know, I don't want nobody to beat me up, but honestly, white people take their music more serious, or their DJs more serious than blacks on blacks.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So that white DJ can get $50,000 or $100,000 playing for one gig in the Kemp Arena, and it's sold out. The blacks on blacks, they're gonna give you only so much juice, you know, that they're not gonna come out in numbers like that, or they're not gonna praise you to that extent that you can come and do this arena, you know what I'm saying? And it's not even a party, it's just like, let's watch, you know, and that's how it was back in the day for all of us when we first started DJing. It wasn't just about dancing, it was, look at LS Flash, Scratch, he's mixing, like, we're watching that, like, you know, Jock Max, people just crowded around and watching, you know, watching us do what we do, you know.
So it's more of a love thing. You know, this is a sports or a hobby. I wouldn't say a hobby because this is your profession. This is something that you love doing. So it's not really about the money per se. It pays good, but, you know, if you took it away, you would still entertain it.
Yeah.
Okay, I got you.
Yep.
All righty. Now, who inspired you? I'm getting ready to turn this away because you told me that DJ Flash, you invited him on TheRecipe to let him question you a little bit and ask questions why he inspired you and what skills you learned from him. I'm interested in knowing that, and the audience. Go ahead, you got the floor.
I don't know how I inspired it, but I'm glad the brother's around. He's a good brother, you know.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm just gonna ask you a few questions, but I don't know how I inspired you, man. I ain't nobody.
Wow,
man.
That speaks volumes. Because you're a good DJ, and you said that you know. I said, so who can I get on to, you know, ask you questions due to the fact that I'm not going to let him get away with highway robbery. I'm gonna need a challenge here. And he goes, Flash.
And we had just got off the phone.
He says, I just got through talking to him. Get him on.
Yep.
So here you are. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Flash.
Yes, sir. Okay, I want to just ask you, what did you think about the club scene today versus 10 years ago? I mean, you see how it is up and down and everything now.
I wouldn't say it's that much of a difference 10 years ago. I'll have to say probably like 20, because 10 is 10 is not that much of a difference, but what I see is, as far as like back in the day, the DJ could more easily be the promoter slash DJ, and that's the era that we came from. You know, if it was even the Junior Inn and the Fun City, you know what I'm saying? But the people don't want to give the DJs the power. You can have an okay promoter and a great DJ or a good DJ, and the DJ is not as much of a factor for the people to come. The people are coming off of popularity of a promoter, more or less. And, you know, I'm kind of in the middle, because my whole career, once I started and, you know, came out the basement by way of Risky B, which is Brian Gatlin, and Tony Sheldon Gray, you know, they had the first parties that was going on, and they heard about me, and, you know, they brought me to the surface, and I did like 2 parties, and I was promoter slash DJ. So for so many years, I was a DJ slash promoter, just as most of the DJs, you know, back then. But currently, the DJs, they're a promoter by way of the promoter hires you and wants you to work super, super, super hard on social network, which that's not really our job. But, you know, naturally, since everybody has social network, that you want to see some presence of the DJ doing what he's doing. But that's one thing that I do see different. Another thing I see different is the turn up. And I'm going to try to keep it short and just give like a real good prime example. I was in Atlanta 3 years ago for a core DJ retreat. And, you know, I don't know if this place was an ex-strip club or that's just how they set the places up. Just like this, there's not a dance floor. And I had like a culture shock coming from where we come from, which, you know, at some point when it's starting to turn up, people go to a central area, the dance floor. And you had the warm-up DJ, then you had the meat and gravy DJ that, you know, that came to do the thing. So the volume turned up, he started playing hotter music, and everybody just turned up where they was. You know what I'm saying? It was like no dance floor. And I say that to say, you know, if I go to Mingles and it's a younger party, it's not really dancing. It's just when we hear our song, we singing along with it. DJ cut the music out and they going up with it, but it's not. It's just a turn up. It's, you know what I'm saying? They don't have to go to the dance floor, but they'll go to the dance floor or they'll stay where they're at.
Yeah.
You know, back when, you know, 20 years ago and prior, you know, guy have to ask a girl to dance. You know, nowadays you dancing with your phone, girls, 6 girls, and, you know, and you know, all together. The guys is with themselves jumping up and down. Nothing wrong with it. That's just, I'm just saying that's the difference that I see. You know, so
do you downplay that, or do you? Because I to a certain degree kind of downplay it. I'm like, you know, this is not what I'm accustomed to, so I don't know if, you know, it's time for me to get away from the clubs, since this is the new.
So you see it too?
Yeah, I see it too.
Yeah.
And, you know, back then, you know, a guy asked you to dance. You never went out on a dance floor by
with
yourself
your friends.
Or with your girlfriends. I mean, you know, that was, it just didn't happen that way.
Yeah.
So how do you adapt? You just adapt to it, or you just, or how are you?
I mean, you want to see that traditional situation, but it's a new time. So as long as you're getting a response, you know, as DJs, I mean, there's club situations that, you know, it's not really set up for people to actually just get on the floor. So especially as we're older, if it's people coming to chill and sip on their drink, if they bobbing their head, you know, throw the hand up, whatever, you know what I'm saying? As long as we see a response that what we're playing is, you know, is you know, energizing them to vibe with the music. It's just about the vibe to a certain extent. You just got to take what you can get these days.
All right.
So if they, you know, if it's old school or if it's turn up, you know what I'm saying? I mean, You know, sometimes I set up for younger parties because I do sound also, and it's a college party, and you know the turn up is very intense, and it's cool. You know what I'm saying? You know, but you know, to a certain extent, you know, one more thing that I see is with the turn up. You know, back in the day, we played East Coast, West Coast, down south, everything. You know, some sets you go to, it's just turn up. And people, the DJ don't know, and the people don't know themselves that they're actually tired of the turn up. Not overall, but turn up all night without changing the vibe. And I know that some of the DJs will be like, boom, I'm going to go to some slow, freaky music. You know, if they're young and they don't really two-step, you know what I'm saying, to give them a break. And then when they come back to the turn up, they're re-energized because it's just not consistently turn up. You know, I mean, that's what I see. You know, sometimes it's just too much turn up. And then if you know you playing something else, they like, why are you playing that? And then it's like, okay, well, I play this turn up song and all I get is 15 seconds. You're not excited no more. So the DJ got to play another song before the hook comes.
Right.
To keep some intensity because it's just
crazy out here.
Wow.
Yeah. Man, for real. And then why you playing so much slow? You know, I come from the hip hop area. I want to hear the hip hop too, but
at some point we need to
we got to mellow it on out.
A little bit. Yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah, and we're not saying that you have to two-step like the grown folks, even though more and more younger people, D. Barker and everybody's teaching the younger people, you know, to two-step. But, you know what I'm saying, if something just changed, you know, I mean, it was East Coast. You had, you know, West Coast, you know. I mean, we will go into our Bay Area and some hyphy and stuff. So that's a whole nother mood than turn up. But you know, you gotta do something so that because it's just like somebody saying, what do you want to eat for breakfast? You want toast and jelly every morning. No, okay, well if you're gonna give me one thing, give me toast on Monday, give me eggs on Tuesday, give me sausage on Wednesday.
You want the diversity. Yes, yeah. I get you.
I don't want to, you know what I'm saying? Like even the ones that think that they won't turn up all night, they're not gonna stay turned up. It's gonna get boring, and I see that happening.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, because they got to get used, for real, the party people, everybody need to get used to different types of music now.
Exactly.
And you know, have a reggae night. It's none of that in the black clubs, period.
And if it's a reggae set, you know what I'm saying, you know. Yeah. I mean, I was just in Milwaukee, and then it was reggae everywhere at the fast food joints that reggae's playing, and I'm hearing people go by in their Jeeps. It's reggae. I'm like, reggae's big out here, so you know, I know if I was DJing out here, I would have to, you know what I'm saying, break it on down and do 30 minutes reggae set, which is cool. Yeah, you know, you like to go to different, you know, different phases of the music. It's more than just one thing.
That's right.
Good music is good music, so you know what I'm saying, you might as well go everywhere with it.
Okay, all right.
Not necessarily everywhere. I ain't saying, you know, people got to be, you know, going from country to this and that. Nothing against country.
You're right.
You know, especially with one of the hottest songs out is it's country right now. So maybe we can mix some more country.
No, please don't do that. Yeah. Well, not that I have anything against country, but I'm kind of used to what I'm used to. I don't know how it works. So, how long have you been knowing DJ Flash? How long have you guys been knowing each other?
40. How many years is it now, man? We met when we was what? He's a year older than me, so we met. I had to be probably 17, 18, probably younger.
Yeah, first time seeing you, even if I saw you and we was at a skating rink, I didn't know you was the DJ. We wasn't friends then.
Right.
But after I seen him then, we still weren't friends. He was that guy that was like, you had K-Rock and Flash.
Okay.
Everybody else, Jazzy Jeff, Junior Wren, everybody else scratched and mixed, but they were the two. Okay. You know, and R.I.P. to K-Rock. And
yes.
You know, they were the two that I seen. You could see stuff on TV, but to see it in real life, you know, they were the ones to see, you know what I'm saying? And if you were to emulate, you know what I'm saying, that they was doing something more than the other DJs. Excuse me.
Okay. Now, who is your favorite DJ?
Favorite Kansas City, outside of here, what?
Kansas City, and then let's do nationally, or
Favorite DJ? I really don't have a favorite DJ here because everybody does some. He's my favorite two-step DJ.
Okay.
I'm not saying that because he's here, but you know, as far as from where we come from, mixing and scratching, and still stays true to what he does. Jock Max, Thomas McIntosh from the Kansas side, 913. You know, he's been around as long as all of us.
Okay.
I mean, you got Qbert, you know, outside of here. I don't know if he's from LA or whatever. Jazzy Jeff has an OG.
Okay, what about Grandmaster Flash? What do you think about him?
He's relevant, but you know, some of the names are bigger than their skills.
Okay.
You know, it's like Kid Capri. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm better than Kid Capri doing, you know, scratching and mixing and tricks. But show-wise, he still does his complete show with his mic hype, dropping the right songs at the right time, the whole nine.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So, you know, I mean, everybody has their extra whatever to it that makes them what they are.
All righty. Okay. I'm going to ask you, who's your favorite DJ?
I don't have no favorites either.
You have to have a chosen one.
I love Jazzy Jeff. I always
hands down.
Yeah,
okay,
Jazzy Jeff. Yeah, that's my guy right there.
Right.
Jazzy Jeff is like the most complete too. You'll see YouTubes of him, you know, not just doing tricks, but he'll do his tricks. People are watching and people are partying.
Okay.
So it's not you got a million DJs that are crazy nice, better than Jazzy Jeff, but you know, the show that he puts up and how he does it, and you know, he has his MC because he's working too hard here. He can't be on the mic, and he's just killing it, you know. So I mean, he can, you know, I've seen him do stuff in Miami to the Latinos.
So you've met him before?
No, I haven't.
Okay, so would you like to meet him? Would you like to meet him and interview him? Okay, well maybe we can get him.
We can.
Yeah,
you can make that happen.
He's supposed to be coming to town here soon.
We'll figure that out and see what he thinks about you guys and vice versa. All right. Yeah, that sounds interesting. Interesting. Okay, so your favorite turntable?
Let me go back 1 second.
Okay,
though. My favorite.
Okay.
DJ outside of Kansas City though that does turntable tricks is DJ Craze, and if anybody looks him up, you will see this dude is totally bananas. He's won so many world DJ competitions. He stays Craze. Up. Craze is bananas.
Spell that.
I think it's CRAZE.
Okay, CRAZE.
I ain't seen him get down.
Okay.
Craze is bananas.
Okay, all right. Wow. Okay, so you feel like he's there?
Oh yeah, he's there.
All right.
He's
and where's he from?
I think he's from Miami.
Miami. Okay.
Yep.
All righty. All right. So turntable. Who's your favorite turntable? I know it's a difference between the DJs that scratch. You got DJs that are really good at scratching. DJs for turntables. Correct? Am I on point here? All right. Who? Turntable wise. What DJ?
Well, that's what I'm. Craze.
Craze. Okay.
That's what. Yeah.
Yeah, Jazzy Jeff.
Okay, Jazzy Jeff. Okay.
I mean Jazzy Jeff and Craze. I mean all around Jazzy Jeff.
Okay. So is there a difference between, and maybe this is a crazy question for me, so you guys enlighten me. Is there a difference between a DJ that just scratch and then a DJ that does the turntables, or both of them are the same?
I mean, you can scratch on turntables and you can scratch on the electronic stuff, you know, that's, you know, like controllers or CDJs, which are a CD-driven turntable. It doesn't take a record, a vinyl record and a needle.
Okay. Now, do you feel like, what DJ you feel like over scratches? You know, the scratches unnecessarily or too much on the intro or at the end, or, you know, have you seen a DJ that just does it unnecessarily? Like, you know,
talking about locally?
Yeah, if you want to go there. I mean, do you really?
I mean, nobody really scratches unless they're kind of doing a showcase now. So it's not, people did used to do that, over scratch and have it excessively loud.
Okay.
So, a scratch is really an instrument. Just like somebody plays a drum or a guitar, the scratch is supposed to be an instrument, so it should mix at a volume that sounds like it's a part of what's already going on, not to be like, nigga, I'm scratching loud as get this scratch over here.
Silly.
You can't hear the record, but you know what I'm saying? Yeah, that used to go down.
Yeah.
I'm like, pause.
Days like, Jesus Christ. Black people stay focused.
Yeah.
Man.
Okay. So, let me ask you this. Why are you so popular? I want to know. Who are you? Why are you so popular? DJ Fresh.
I'm just consistent. I'm
Okay.
consistent. I'm consistent.
Okay.
I'm consistent. I love what I do. I do a good job. My preparation, just like I said, I got a gig tonight. I got 2 more hours of reorganizing a folder of my music.
Okay.
When people say you rocking, I'm like, I DJ'd at home. This is the fun part. My preparation is, you're seeing the result of my preparation.
Okay. So you feel like that is part of the ingredients for you being so popular in your success, because you are consistent. And I think consistency is very important in anything.
Yeah, consistent and consistently good. I rate myself not like 1 to 10, but I definitely want to feel like I did an 8 or better. As my show, as my performance. If it's a few people at a venue or a lot of people at a venue, I need to make sure I do what I do, because you're auditioning. I'm auditioning. That's what I tell myself.
Okay.
Some other people are just getting a check. I'm auditioning for the next person to hire me, or for this club owners to continue keeping me on. Okay. So that's my recipe.
Okay, so that is your recipe. So you did give me the ingredients. What about you, Flash? I'm kind of going back and forth with you guys. You're pretty popular too, from my understanding. What's the deal with you? Go ahead and talk to me.
This is go get it. This is what I love to do.
Okay, so this is a love for you. This is a desire. All right. Yeah. Okay. So, do you guys planning on retiring anytime soon? Are you going to retire the game, or you guys are going to let the game retire you?
It'll probably just fade, kind of like. I mean, for me, like it'll kind of fade like breakdancing. It kind of hurts me, like to hear like an OG, like. Like, man, I'm through. Like, it kind of hurt. Like, that means I'm coming to the end sometime or another. But we're in control of our own destiny. And like you said, Grandmaster Flash, and some of these other DJs, they're still DJing, getting checks. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And, I'm a business person, so, I can do other things. I've got my daughter as second generation core DJ.
And that's what I was going to ask you next. Yeah. Who's the up and coming DJ that you're feeling like they're getting ready to win, and you're pass the baton to? If you will.
And that's what I kind of tell people. They like, who you pass? I'm like, my daughter's DJing. I'm a part of the core DJs, which is the biggest DJ association in the world, and I've been a part of it 14 of the 15 years, and we've got almost 700 DJs around the world. More of them are in the United States, and me and my daughter are the only second generation core DJs. Like, there's no other father, son, daughter, none of that. So we made core DJ history. Yeah.
Wow, that's impressive. Yep. Okay.
And so.
What's her name? Give us her name.
DJ Tila Shay.
Tila Shay.
Yeah.
Tila Shay.
People, some people call her T-Leachy. And it's funny. It's really funny because it's DJ Teeleche. So they be like T-Leachy, and we just if I'm around, I'm just dying. But it's her middle name's Lachey. I gave her name I didn't want it to be like Lil DJ Fresh or Lady Fresh or nothing like that. I was like, Lachey kind of sounds French or something. You know what I'm saying? It's got a nice little swag to it. And she tried to change it on me one time a few months ago. She was talking about something, but I was like,
Okay, all right. How old is your daughter?
She's about to be 25 June 9th.
25, okay. She's a Gemini, okay, all right.
Yep.
And
she's been DJing 7 years.
7 years, okay. So she started...
Yeah, 18,
at 18 years old in college.
Yeah, she went to college, and I was like...
Where's she at now? Is she here in Missouri, Kansas City, or...?
No, she's in Atlanta.
She's in Atlanta.
Yes.
Okay, all righty. Yep. Okay, interesting. So she's pretty good. She's got a lot of gigs hooked up, and
she's pretty active.
Active, okay, in her career.
And she was on tour last summer for with Asian Doll. She's like queen of the teens. So if you if you're older than a teenager, that name might be kind of foreign. But if you look her up, she's pretty popular.
Okay,
got her good following. But yeah, she DJ'd, and they toured like all the big cities, and including took her to Canada.
Wow.
So
so she's getting a lot of opportunities that maybe you didn't have or we didn't have. Well, you guys.
Well, Fresh got he
he
was on tour.
Yeah.
Oh, you were on tour with her?
No, I was the official tour DJ for the N1 Mixtape Tour in 2003, and so she did match pretty much my resume outside of Kansas City as far as doing all the big cities in the U.S., including Canada. And we both did all the U.S., New York, including Canada. But I can say, you can't stop DJing in that Madison Square Garden. It can't be topped. Cannot be topped.
Okay, so will you compete with her at some point, or do you? I don't think I want her to do that. I think she'll kind of fade you to black. What do you think?
Yeah, I hope she gets me. You know, say unless you're a hater, you want your kids to do better than you.
Exactly.
But yeah, she's already more popular than me at her age. And, with social network and all of that.
Exactly.
And, it's kind of crazy that, the new generation, it doesn't matter if it's DJ Fresh from Kansas City or it's Nelly that's been around the world. Her and Nelly's daughter is friends. All the kids, until they're like really, really paid, will act like they better than somebody. So somebody that's trying to come up and somebody that's daddy is famous and they're kind of famous, you know what I'm saying? Like they all network because they all, the being envious. I don't want to use the H word.
Yeah. Being
envious isn't as prevalent, as it, was before. The kids really network and they like about money, and they're not gonna be envious as much as people were before because they understand that somebody having $50,000 or $100,000 is nothing. You know what I'm saying? They know what a real bag is, and so they're not gonna act like they way better than somebody unless they have way more money. Then they start acting. So. Yeah, it's kind of great out here how the next generation of kids, from, a locally popular DJ or whatever somebody is, and somebody that's, if it's a A-list actor, their kids are hanging with, everybody that's doing everything, what I'm saying, on a big level or a small level. I mean, that's a beautiful thing.
Okay, so today's music. What do you think about it? I get a lot of talk about today's music. I'm going to ask you the same question, but let me know, what do you think about this stuff? What do you think about it?
I mean, everything has its time, and if we're talking about more or less turn up, which is so popular, it has a lot of energy, but a lot of songs sound the same. Some songs sound different. The artists, as from going from Kumo D and LL Cool J to Common later on, and Nas a little later on, and real artists, that could rap. It's like you went from the beginning of rap, which first rap record came out in 1978, to the 80s, 90s people really got skilled, and then you know you got 95, you get to 99, and even say 98. You know, nothing against Master P or nothing, but you know, it got to a point in time that just because this crew had money, you had artists that you couldn't understand what they were saying, not because they were from New Orleans, but some of them just couldn't even rap that good. They couldn't stay on rhythm, but the popularity was there, and
So do you think that we were programmed? You know how they literally have programmers out here. Have you ever known yourself to not like a song and then immediately after they've played the song so many times, you start bobbing your head like, oh, I like that. So do you think that may have been a part of, like you said, maybe the down south guys that you said maybe you think?
I'm not saying South in general.
Or you're saying you couldn't understand them. I mean, I don't know.
No, I'm saying like I always traveled, so I interacted with people from everywhere. So, I got it. But what I was getting to was where we're at today. I'm gonna just to kind of get to the meat and gravy, baby. Is a lot of the music now is people that got popular some kind of way. I don't know how, but there's a lot of non-rapping going on. The hook might be good, the beat might be good, the beat might not be good. It might just be today of what the kids are on. I'm still good at judging music. I might go to Atlanta Top 20 or any of these sites that DJs go to, and I'll download and I'm like, this sounds good, this sounds good. Well, this sounds like trash. But let my daughter or somebody younger listen to it because, I don't have the younger ear, but I'm not out of tune.
Right.
Okay.
But some things have just gotten to the point that you have to be that younger person. You can't be that older person. And I'm not even out the loop because the music I listen to day in, day out, like what's on my flash drive, I never listen to grown music, hardly. If I do listen to it, I listen to old school funk. I went to Atlanta. Half my drive here was to 70s and 80s funk. Well, less than half, about 4 hours. The rest of my drive, 8 hours, was all pop music. All pop music.
Okay.
Because I done a flash drive and I was just getting up on my pop. You know what I'm saying? I have a lot of pop music. Like I say, I don't DJ just for our people. And, I have an ear for it and I like it. I like everything, but generally on a regular basis, I have to listen to the turn up more riding because when I do have to play to a mixed crowd or play to younger people, I have to be in tune and know when the breaks come and stuff and try to cut the music out on the punchline so I know where they at. It's one thing having it, but to engage the people. So, but back to the meat and gravy, a lot of these artists are not talented, period, not talented. They may be popular from being on their social network or they did whatever. Some people, like, it can be an actor and they're doing their hair and they're listening to a certain song that's just okay. But because people are following that person, they hear this song that they're doing their hair on, that song gets popular and starts rocking out.
Right.
Yeah, so you feel
for
like
a short
success
time
fell into their laps, basically. Just
and a lot of them, it's multiple ways. It's not talent driven all the time. Not to say nobody's talented, but there's a lot that wouldn't go from back in the 80s, 90s, early 2000s. There's a lot of just whatever music, they might have whatever, how they dressed, how they dreads are, whatever they doing, however they make facial expressions when they take pictures on their snaps.
Yes.
All that to gauge them in, my daughter was telling me, Megan Thee Stallion, she has her Big Old Freak song and she has other songs, but she's very popular on social network, even if she didn't have this song. So she was like, if you're going to bring somebody, there's other people that have more songs than her, but it would be less people come because she's hotter. Right. You know what I'm saying? And that's what exists now that didn't exist you know, some time ago.
Okay.
You know, a social network.
Okay, yeah, and the social network, social media
Yeah.
has been a curse and a blessing at the same time.
Yes.
And like you said, it just kind of gives the people that are not so talented the praise and the notoriety that they
Yeah.
really may not deserve, because you know, you worked hard to where you were. You know, you bust your feet. You know, both of you guys, and now, you know, up and coming. Oh, all you have to do is make a facial expression
too
and you
easy.
go
Too easy
viral.
now.
And now you're the best DJ or the best
Yeah.
rapper or singer in the world. Where, you know, people really had to.
Yeah, you're actually hot,
Yeah,
but you're not.
exactly.
That doesn't mean you're good or great.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I got what you're saying. So, and that's good that your daughter keeps you up. You know, you're living through her, like you said, somewhat. You
Yeah.
know, to keep yourself going and relevant
Yeah.
as far as what's in and what's not. So that helps you out a great deal. And as far as you, Flash, what do you think about today's music?
I mean, it is what it is. I mean, hey,
yeah.
I just got to go with the flow. I mean,
Okay. So you don't criticize it. Either you criticize it or
I don't want to. I mean, but
Yeah.
they didn't put in the hustle and muscle like KRS-One and everybody else
Yeah.
had to
Yeah.
put in.
And
So,
you know, even I was
so-
listening to Wu-Tang, you know, and one of the artists, RZA, is it RZA?
Mhm,
Yeah.
he's one
you
of
know,
them.
he was saying that, you know, these people are not MCs. You know, we're MCs. You know, now they running a fashion show. What the hell is
Yeah.
this?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
we came up here to rap. You know,
Yeah.
these people were up here, worried about who has the most expensive tennis shoes on.
Right.
Exactly.
You're gonna, you know, what is the deal? You know,
Yeah,
so,
that's what I was saying. The image and
yeah,
all
it's
of that.
all about this bull crap. We come here to
Put it down.
put it down. Let's get
Yeah.
to the business. You
Yeah,
know?
your shoes
So,
ain't rapping or singing.
And you know, when he was talking, he was pretty angry,
Yeah.
you know, about it. You
Yeah.
know,
Because
but
they-
that's because he comes from a different era.
Yeah, yeah,
and a
yeah.
different time. So you know, you like, hey,
And it's not really real hip hop for real, because they not really talking about nothing, sex and drugs and guns and all
Yeah.
that. Even though NWA and them did it, but MCing and rapping back in the '80s was way different than what they
yeah, what they producing and putting out today.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
it's scaring older people my age and his age.
You
They
know,
don't
and-
want to go out or do nothing now. 'Cause-
Exactly. With me, I can't relate to any of it. I mean, I like the beats. You know, I can get with the beat and
The beat and the
hooks
hook.
and-
The beat and the hook is
Yeah,
it's
it's
always
nice.
still gonna be hot. They got that.
yes, they do.
And
but as far
some
as,
of them can rap, but some of them,
I don't even know what they're talking about. I mean, they're like humming and
Mumbling.
and I'm just kind of used to the Jay-Z's and the Ice Cubes and
Yeah,
people that had
real
real
artists.
things to talk about and inspired you to do
Yeah.
better for yourself and different things like that. And today you just get the beat. I mean,
Yeah.
you just kind of, this is it. Yeah, this is it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's a new, we're foreign to it. I
It
say
is
I
what
am
it
at least.
is.
That is what it is.
It's the new era.
And and
I
that's
mean,
why I
yeah.
say, never
Word.
let the game retire you. You retire the game, like
That's
Mike
right.
Tyson. He
Yeah.
allowed the game to retire him.
Yeah.
So your ending
Yeah,
is everything.
I'm still having fun with it.
Exactly.
You know,
So you know when to fade out. You know when
Yeah.
to say it's time to fold. As Kenny Rogers said, you got to know
Yeah.
when to hold and you got to know when to fold.
country.
Yeah.
Some old country.
See,
Hey,
there
we-
you go.
hey.
There you go. Okay, so who's your competition besides your daughter?
I don't compete anymore. I just
Okay,
I
you don't
compete
compete?
against my self marketing
Okay.
and my preparation. So I'm competing against myself. If I don't prepare myself, if I don't stay up on my music, then it's inevitable that somebody's gonna get that gig.
Okay.
And one thing that I not one thing, it's multiple things that I do, but one of the things that I really do to keep myself booked is I don't DJ to one certain crowd. Me and Flash, we'll play music. We might be known for me being out at Virtue playing the two steppers, him at the Ep or third row for playing the two steppers because he's the coldest.
Okay.
But don't get it twisted.
Okay.
Don't get it twisted. Put us in another enviment. We got that.
So you can
You know what I'm
adapt.
saying?
You can adjust the mask.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so and
Okay.
like I said too, I play music, to the Latinos, the whites, the blacks. I got African and Jamaican fans that I DJ.
Wow.
So
you're pretty versed.
yeah, I
Okay,
mean I
good.
still even do like middle school parties. So if I did only middle school parties or only the two-step parties or only this and that, my phone wouldn't ring as much. So,
you've opened up the market to all.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So that's part of your ingredients.
That's part of your ingredients.
Okay.
Definitely.
So you guys listen to your upcoming
that's
DJs.
Sugar, spice, all of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So
turn it up to 350. Get that fire going. Hey,
Okay.
stir it up a little bit. Hey.
You mix it up and you come out
mix
with
it up.
Yeah, your recipe.
Scratch the little burnt parts off the side of the bowl. All of that.
Okay. Alrighty. So if I decided, let me do a competition, would you be down for the venture as far as DJs are concerned, and maybe a scratch contest, something kind of old school and fun, and bring them all out and You down for that venture?
I mean, I'm like Bone Crusher. I ain't never scared.
You ain't never scared. We
because
need to get Bone Crusher
if somebody
in here.
look, I've already represented. If somebody is better than me doing something, I'm still there just to represent.
Yeah, so you're still humble. You're okay. You're comfortable with where you're at. So at this point, it doesn't matter. You have nothing to prove.
It's not going to be somebody way better than me. They'll be like, Fresh is still good, but oh boy, that's cool.
Okay.
Look, I'm still nice.
Okay.
I might not be nicer than him, but look, I'm going to represent, and it's going to be like,
Okay. Well, I think maybe we should get some shit kicked off. What you think?
Hell yeah. I mean, that's hip hop. That's hip hop.
Let's do
people
it.
talk about, used to do it all the time back in the day.
People talk about they always competing. People want to compete. Look, we do it for hip hop, and hip hop is competing. Mm-hmm. You can be friends or enemies. If me and Flash got a DJ somewhere and, it's more fast music, we ain't sitting up here like, I got to get him. But, we can't be slacking because we don't want more people saying, Fresh kind of losing it, Flash got him, if Flash is going to be on his toes a little bit more, if it's me and Rice DJing somewhere, look, it's not competition, but we know it's going to be some comparisons. So, who wins? The crowd, because we giving you our A game.
I agree, and that's what I tell people. I said, tails I win, heads I win.
Exactly.
You never lose, you learn. So no matter whatever.
Well said.
Whatever the coin you flip it and whatever it lands on, I'm still a winner. So and that's basically what you're saying. I'm still a winner. Tails or heads, I win. However you want to do it. So that I like that. I like that.
I mean, we grown people, so should we happy to be just still doing this?
Yes, sir. You're absolutely right.
Yes, sir.
You never lose, you win. And you learn. You learn from it. So you never lose. You never lose. Or always remember that, audience, and whomever. That's just a little advice from the recipe. Yeah.
Philosopher up in this thing.
Well, yeah, exactly. Okay, well, do you have any other questions for DJ Fresh?
Nah, because the ones I had wrote down, he pretty much summed them up when, we was talking. So
okay, all right.
We good.
All right, well, last but not least, I should have asked you these questions. It's just a few questions. I just want the audience to know a little bit more about you, more emotionally, on the emotional side. So I'm going to ask you just a couple of questions.
Okay.
What is your favorite word?
Just hustle.
Hustle?
Yeah.
All right.
Grind, hustle and grind.
What is your least favorite word?
I can't.
Can't. Yeah, that was mine. I picked can't. I don't like that.
Yeah.
Okay. What is your favorite cuss word?
Damn, shit, fuck.
Oh, Jesus. It's one of them. One.
I'm just, look, you said it's emotional. I'm just once you got me
so
saying one, it's like, hey, look, you kind of.
Okay. What is your weakest emotion?
Just being there for people,
helping. Okay.
Yeah.
All righty. Mine, I would say, would be stress. That's probably one of my weakest emotions. What's your strongest emotion?
Just confidence and wow, being happy.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So that's one of your strongest emotion, being happy. That speaks volume. All righty.
I mean, I'm not always happy, but you know what I'm saying?
But it's a strong emotion. That's something that you experience a lot or try to experience.
Yeah.
All righty. All right. Let's see. What turns you on?
nice fat steak.
I'm about to say, look, I'm getting ready to interrupt. Nice fat steak. Okay. Well, the other
steak.
Well, see, you told me motivation turns you on. That's what you told me the other day.
Yeah, motivation. Yep, motivation. A challenge. Being down and seeing that down and what do I call it?
So you would lump it up as a team player, motivation team player as well?
Yeah, I'm definitely a team player.
Okay, team player. All right.
Yep.
All right. What turns you off?
Just people that's just being weak and always having excuses for not being able to achieve anything. If it's just simply just getting a job, you know what I'm saying? You know, just
so
not
lack
having
of motivation.
Confidence. Yeah, just
okay.
lack of motivation.
Is a turn off.
Look,
Yeah. And I would say mine would be what, arrogance. That's what turns me off. Yeah,
that don't turn me off.
It doesn't. The arrogance.
Yeah, I
rudeness.
mean, I'm cool with as long as somebody's arrogance is not pushed on me, that they feel like they better than me in their presence.
Yeah, it's a difference. You're right. It's a different type of
I'd rather somebody be, because you got your borderline confidence and arrogance, and if you're you know, arrogance is partially confidence. And so I'd rather somebody be confident than somebody that's always doubting and not having confidence to do anything or to achieve. So I can deal with some arrogance because at least this person is motivated, and that motivation helps me be motivated.
Okay.
You know, they might be a little overkill for what they actually can do, but we don't even know that. Okay. So, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I'd rather somebody be full of themselves than having something of themselves and don't even have the confidence to, you know, to show it. You know, they can't grab it. You know what I'm saying?
All righty.
Yep.
All right. Okay.
Give me a cocky person over somebody just like, man, I don't know what's wrong.
So negativity and lack of confidence is what is something that you can't tolerate, or
I mean, I can tolerate it. I'll talk to somebody and try to give them some confidence. But
wow.
Yeah, I'd rather somebody, you know, I really don't have that big of a problem with somebody that's just arrogant. If they just super overly arrogant, like, look, if you can partially do something, you're not even that great, and you're trying to make it seem like you're better than, you know, if you an okay baseball player and you acting like you're a pro, then it's like, okay, now I'm sick. But if you okay and you're progressing and you're showing that you can possibly go to the minor leagues, you know what I'm saying? Cool. You might look up and have some more confidence and end up in the pros.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But yeah, somebody just like trash at something, like, look, no, I'm not trying to hear that. I'm gonna be like, look, boy, stop.
Okay. Well, I guess we're gonna sum this up. And I want to thank you for coming and sharing your ingredients. I think you've given some good ingredients for us to succeed and maybe mimic a little bit off of your ingredients and become successful.
Yep.
And I wish you all the luck. And we're gonna get things. We're gonna get things going here.
Okay.
Yes, I really appreciate you for stopping by The Recipe. And Flash, you should be very. I don't know what's the word. You know, impressed that someone has been inspired by you. And DJ Fresh, you know, because he's popular, he's there, guy. He's been in the business over 30 years, like he said, and he's still going, still got the energy. And for him to say, it's this man, that speaks volume. So that tells me a lot about you, and thanks for stopping.
You're welcome.
Appreciate you.
No thanks.
All right.
Okay, yeah.
All right.
I want to shout out my bro with the Prospect and KC Gear. You already know 1827 Vine Street. Yeah, shout out Sean Copeland, Inner City Player Max back in the day with nowadays Grown Folks Entertainment.
Oh, yeah.
Shout out to Grown Folks New Era. And just letting y'all know right now while we live on the screen, my partner right here, DJ Ellis Flash, who influenced me, he's part of Grown Folks New Era in your area.
Yes, sir.
All righty.
Yeah. Shout out to my daughter, DJ T. Lachey, and the rest of my core DJ fam in town and out of town, and the rest of my DJs. If you part of a crew or not, it's all love.
Okay.
And thank you, The Recipe.
You're welcome.
Recipe.
I'm gonna come up here and cook dinner next time.